last week. Les Rogers, Jamie King tied for second. Randy Furby all alone at 6 and 3. Hassel, that's the Hannah rink, tied with Kervanka, so 5-4. So that was a big game last week with Kervanka beating Hassel. Lapine, Ken Hunka, who we were just talking about at the mixed championship at 4 and 5, along with Bartling. 3 teams at 3 and 6. Santos, Wishawan, Coates, and then Hughesby and Rygaard still just a couple of wins in the basement of the Sportscan Summit division.
And of course, a couple of those teams, the record really doesn't indicate the true talent on those teams.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Hughesby in particular, and
Santos. Okay, Doug Walker.
Enough, tap it out.
At Yellowstone, in behind a guard, and with the movement on this sheet, it is Mel Karts looking to tap that yellow one back and see if he can sit in behind that Yellowstone.
Jamie Boutin, remember, has last rock this end, so he's utilizing that corner guard that he did put up earlier, but he looks a little warm on this one.
Easy, that one, terrible.
Not nearly the amount of turn that curl that he was hoping for, that's for sure.
Well, I think all I heard when Doug Walker relayed to his teammates, he threw that one terrible. That's nothing you like to hear from your skip. Dude, I don't know if you heard that over his mic. Sorry about that, Mal. Didn't mean to repeat what your skip said about you. You don't want to start a team fight before the last chance this week.
Well, you never know.
Where are we at? Yeah, hard.
And with that corner guard still alive.
Real hard.
Wayne Krasalka, if they can suck one in here, top 12, they're going to have a nice end set up. Oh. I think his weight would have been real nice for top 12.
And it just took off on him.
Is that
just
enough?
as it got inside the hog. So a port to come through. And with a little extra weight, it'll be Lauren Hostin.
Usually plays second, but as we mentioned, he's playing third tonight. I guess Terry Sock, who is a shipper receiver for Cargill, he had to kind of do some finagling with his shift so he could play in the last chance this weekend. He had to work tonight.
There you go. Is it a big adjustment to go from second to third, say?
You don't have to sweep as much when you go from second to third. It's a
Other
nice,
than that, JR.
Oh, okay. It's a really nice adjustment.
I mean, in the type of game that you have to play, give me a break.
There is a definitive difference. The third, you have to make a little more the touch shots, where you have to make sure you're positioning to set up so you make it easy for your skip. And the second, you're obviously setting it up for the third, or you could be setting it up for your team, and the third is in the cleanup position. So sometimes, just depending on how an end goes. Yeah.
So the second would likely do more hitting than the third.
Yeah, not as much as you would before the 3-rock roll. You definitely a little more drawing for the second than there used to be, but still it is a big hitting position.
Yeah, hard.
Kushner trying to block up that port, try and come right through if he can, but now that one hung out there.
Yeah.
Interesting situation.
Yeah, I wish we had left the mic up there on Jamie, because he was saying something to his second, but I didn't quite catch it. As to the first one, didn't have enough ice. That one, too much.
So Walker, with a center line guard to come around, will try and put one on the lid if he can. Lauren Hostin in the hack. Lauren, the 1998 Super League semifinalist when he was playing with Kevin Park.
Line's good. Real hard.
This one coming off the 4-foot line, and some real nice late movement.
There, that's tucking in there. No, oh, that would have been just perfect. Top 4-foot, too.
Wait. There is some great finish again here tonight.
Oh, yeah, it's coming in just great to the middle. Gives Jamie Boutin the chance to hit and roll now.
The update game, second end, a blank.
Heather Nedohin had the chances. We're watching this replay, just rubs. You can see where it ends up, top 8 foot. It would have just been perfect top 4 foot. The weight was just beautiful. Yeah, Heather Nedohin on her first one in that last 10 made a really nice double to set up the blank on her next. So Cathy King just ended up blank in the end.
Brent Kushner
Hard.
with that wide open blue stone to go after. Doesn't get much of a roll.
Yeah, Jamie looking for the inside roll and suddenly thought, well, we might as well try to get the outturn roll, but hit her on the beak. See if Doug Walker can get something out of it.
Well, he's still got that center line yellow guard. He rolled to the outside behind his own guard, but or he can go for the blank too.
Yeah, Jamie Boutin definitely had his chances this end, and just haven't been able to capitalize on them.
Yeah. So Doug Walker with his first stone of the second end. Trying to force Jamie Boutin to take the one.
Clean it.
He's close. Ooh. Nice shot. Peeked out a little bit.
About half covered.
Let's hear what Jamie has to say.
Over there. I don't mind playing it down a bit because if we play it with hack, we can get that split. The only thing is you won't get a very good roll with hack weight.
Yeah. I just played boards and
Well, yeah, maybe
go for it with boards. And
board we might save one of them. You never
Okay.
know.
half a rock with boards you probably, or 3/4.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. It's pretty lively, but I don't know. Try about here, I guess.
Okay.
So we'll see if there's as much movement on that side of the sheet as there is on the other side.
Yeah, keep in mind he's throwing a little more weight. He's
Yeah.
talking board weight here.
But he needs to get at least half of that rock for it to stick around, I'm sure, with that kind of weight.
Yes. Didn't discuss the run back at
Yeah,
all.
we'll either need that one really thin for it to stay or else this one fairly thick. Yeah, I know. We thought about playing hack for that, but you won't get any roll with hack. Not the roll we need anyhow.
The roll he's talking about is a roll, I think, to the outside behind those two yellow stones. And if he can hide that, Walker has no choice but to come down and see if he can bury behind the guard.
Jamie Boutin does have last rock here in the second end.
They've got to work this one. Is he by the guard? Nope.
Oh, and he didn't even get the chip into the rings. Oh, that's tough luck. It's should have probably had the sweepers off it because wanted to get a little bigger chunk of that one.
So a big change in fortune for Doug Walker. Let's give a listen.
Yeah. If it's short, it's good here. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Set up the guard.
Yeah, tough luck. Jamie Boutin, that looked like it curled.
Get a look at Lauren Hostin and then Doug Walker in the hack.
It's over a little bit past the center's all right, right? Center line's good if it reaches center line, right?
Just discussing ice is what they were sort of questioning down there. They were wondering if it was enough ice, was what Mel Carts was asking of his skip, Doug Walker.
Mel and Mitch
Played on line.
on the brushes, just keeping it clean, giving it a little bit of action. Weight looks good.
Oh, that's good. Yep. 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 Yep.
They said, forget it, we're done sweeping. Okay,
Yeah.
can Jamie see it?
You play, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Just-
the only
Well, we can just play it to take our point. You know, just come and
yeah.
do that.
Yeah, just as well.
Probably the same weight I just had, eh?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, if we try and blank it.
So we were here on that side. I don't know, probably need about there.
Yeah, a little more, just a little more weight.
Just not, yeah. Let's see.
That's close.
Should be okay. Just trying to get through the hole. If we get through the hole with that weight, we'll get it.
Yeah. Not much more, maybe.
It was a long guard Doug Walker left up there. So there is room for Jamie Boutin to get in.
And it didn't quite make the center line, so that gives them a pretty good hole to shoot through. Jamie will go with the out turn. See what kind of action he gets.
Just throwing tap back weight.
No. No. No.
Got some curling to do.
No.
Lots of curling to do. Will it get by?
Now they've got to sweep it.
Yeah.
And that blue one is going to stick around for a steal of one for Doug Walker.
I thought it was going to maybe tick and get a little redirect, but it didn't. It just not quite enough.
All right, so Doug Walker comes up with the steal of one, and we'll be back with third end action here from the Ottewell Curling Club right after these messages.
This program is brought to you in part by Shaw TV, a proud sponsor of Herber's Auto Body Super League Curling. SportsCan Summit, the corporate clothing and embroidery experts. Their showroom features the largest selection of corporate clothing and sportswear in the city, and if you can't come to them, they can come to you in one of their mobile showrooms and industry exclusive. SportsCan Summit, if it's crested, we do it. Coca-Cola wishes the best of luck to all competitors. Always happening, always Coke. Buying or selling real estate, call the proven professional since 1974. Jerry Wilson at Home Life Guaranteed Realty, a Canadian company with international connections. Take a tour of some of our properties on our website. Call Jerry today at 468-4060.
Back at the Ottewell Curling Club, Dave Rozak along with Jackie Ray Greening as we take a look at the replay of this. And JR, that's just how close they came. If he had gotten the tick, he probably could have gotten that blue one out.
Yeah, and I think everybody thought that he was going to run, but it just got by. And then the first rock of the end, Doug Walker's lead, Mitch McKismiak, he went into the rings here, and this is the one that we're hitting right now with Richard Douglas, but he's going to roll out. Thought Jamie Boutin might throw up the corner guard on that one, but thought maybe we'll hit.
First end, they did the same thing and thought maybe, well, in case third end, now they know the ice, try and put up the corner guard. Didn't happen, so Mitch McKismiak will try it again. And you see the score, Doug Walker leading Jamie Boutin by a score of 1-0. These two rinks in the middle of the pack and with an excellent shot at the playoffs in the A division.
And we should wish the best of luck to our Northern senior representatives. The provincial seniors begin today up in Grand Prairie, goes right through until Sunday. Senior men's division, Orv McDonald, his two sons both play in this Super League, Blake and Brent. Pat Miller in there, as well as Edmonton's Evie Coos. In the senior women's, it's Cathy Odegaard, Simone Hanfield, and Barb Shipticki, all from the city.
From the Granite Club, every last one of them.
Not bad. Canadians for the seniors are February 2nd to 10th in St. Thomas, Ontario.
And there's the hit and roll out. Doug Walker will continue to put one up around the lid. This time he'll ask Mel Karts. And there's our website for everything you ever wanted to know and a few things you probably didn't want to know. about Jackie Ray Greening, Wes no.
There's a centerfold in there of me, ladies and gentlemen.
You really don't want to see that. eteams.com/Super Curling. Everything you want to know about Herbert's Auto Body Super League. All kinds of links to the NACA, to the Granite Curling Club, I think Southern Alberta Curling Association as well. So everything you want to know about Alberta curling, it's in there.
And that rock is in there into the top 12. Doug Walker keeping it pretty simple this end. Didn't want the center guard up.
Well, he promised us he was going to keep it simple. You know, just to get things ready for the last chance.
I can see if on the weekend, obviously things weren't quite crisp, and that's what we'll do sometimes. If we're just not quite throwing that crisp, we'll say, okay, let's go play a simple game, just so we can get the mechanics back in order, get back into the flow, and probably a good idea by Doug Walker.
The hit and stick, and Walker goes after that one without any hesitation. Lauren Hostin once again.
Mel Cart's actually in the hack.
Oh.
They're both.
Don't say it.
They're both. They have mustaches.
Follically challenged.
Did I say that?
No, what you wanted to. You wanted to. Okay, the roll to the outside. Now, Boutin has a choice. He can come in around that, but he's decided he's going to put a corner guard up and now try and utilize that side of the house, right?
Yeah, it's quite tight, that one, and to the rings, and it's not his rock, so he wants to get friendly fire in there, a little yellow rock.
Last rock of the end for Wayne Kryzalka. Another former PCA, Peace Curling Association men's provincial rep.
A little tighter than he wanted to. You don't really want your corner guards to be that tight for the simple reason they're really tough to get around, tough to utilize. One thing he could do that is split that, and that's why Doug Walker is trying to get rid of it and try to roll to the center.
And now, Lauren Hostin. Not laying a broom to it. And I don't think he's going to get any kind of inside roll. In fact, he'll come off of that yellow one, take care of his own. And will that blue one stick around? Nope.
Rolls right out the back. This is Cathy King's last rock we're just going to right now in the update game. She has to draw to full 4-foot to get one. Heather Nedohin with her last rock this end just made a really nice tap back into about the top 8-foot. So with this rock we're watching right now, Cathy has to hit the 4-foot to tie the game up. Brenda Bomer and Kate Horn.
It's there.
Nice draw.
She draws the lid for one, and it's all tied at one after 3 ends of play in our update game. And what has always been a fascinating matchup, these two teams, probably, and no offense, JR, but arguably the best known women's teams in Edmonton, right?
And having Heather Nedohin play for Cathy King, there's always that in there. You're right. There's a Tina Ford, a new third for Heather Nedohin this year. So just back having a baby, just I guess just the end of November.
Ironically, just about the day that Carmen Barrick left with her husband for the Cayman Islands. How does that work?
Carmen's gone, Tina's in here, and Christy Moore's not here tonight. They do have a spare. Brad Cusick is playing. Due to the fact Christy Moore still lives up in Grand Prairie, a welder up there, and just can't get the time off to come up here. So she just curls up there and meets her Heather Nedohin team for the important dates.
Like this weekend in Westlock.
Yes.
Tina works for KPMG. Married Wade Johnston back about a year or so ago. He is the lead, of course, for Brent McDonald. And I'll tell you, with the loss of Carmen Barrick, they certainly didn't lose anything over on that rink.
No.
Tina, a 1991 world bronze medalist at the juniors. 1995 Saskatchewan provincial finalist. 1997 world women's champion. I mean, it just keeps on going. What a great addition to this team.
The 5th person for Sandra Schmerler when they won their gold medal.
as the hitting continues in our main game between Boutin and Walker.
Brent Kushner did get up the corner guard. There's that, as you can see on the right-hand side of your screen. Not in a play right now, but you can bet at one point, Doug Walker doesn't want to roll there right now, because if he does roll behind the corner guard, he'd be behind the tee line.
Exactly.
So he doesn't want, he'd like to maybe roll a bit away from that guard. But you don't want to roll too far away from the guard, or else if you roll to this 12-foot in the open, then they're going to go around the corner guard anyway. So it's very difficult, this game of curling.
You're picky.
I know. No. Perfectionist, looking for the perfect shot. Never get it, but.
Well, he gets a little bit of an inside roll, but not so much that, well, Boutin does have a chance to come off it and get in behind cover.
Behind. So, got to stay normal. Out there. Try and sweep it for the roll.
Yeah.
Now you take a look at some of the other sheets where there's all kinds of action going on. Ryland Brusky, Doug Wong, Kevin Parkrink taking on Brent McDonald. Big game over there on sheet number 8.
Yeah, Brent McDonald with going out 3 straight in zones this past weekend. On the 3rd game, Mark Johnson ended up throwing last rock, but they lost in an extra end. I'm not too sure.
I'll tell you what, on paper, that has got to be a world beater of a rink, but if things just aren't going for you, they're not going for you.
That's exactly right. You got to be playing with confidence, and they didn't look like a team playing with confidence right now.
And little brother didn't exactly have it easy either. Blake McDonald throwing skip rocks for Jamie King. They had to go all the way to the C final, and just came out of that one with a victory. So they'll be going on to the Northerns.
Looking for the roll. Gets it.
Nicely done from Jamie Boutin.
Very nice shot.
Okay. Board.
Good
enough. Board weight, eh?
Doug Walker could see just a little of it, and it's a long corner guard, so that's why he's got to go after it. Doesn't have last rock this end after stealing one last end.
Well, if he can get enough curl on it. Hit it nose, and I think he'll be sitting in front of the tee line, would he not?
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is his last rock, so that's not,
that's right.
not too important.
Clean it. Clean it.
Don't even think about it.
Clean it.
Off. Off.
Okay, there's
love
the
that.
hit.
Doug Walker was never in doubt. Lauren Hostin wasn't quite as in that comfort zone.
Something to the effect of, don't even think about it.
Yeah. Jamie Boutin going to look to blank this end.
A little unusual kind of game that, from past Herbert's Auto Body Super League games, where we've usually seen a lot of rocks in play.
Yeah, teams look like they seem to play for the camera, but though a lot more teams are a lot more aggressive. I know we play a way more aggressive game than we used to. Heather Nedohin, I know, plays a real aggressive game, and we've talked about the Furbies and Martins of the world that just go after you, that are just relentless, and that's what a lot of teams do now. Is he going to get the blank? Gets
Nope.
roll behind the corner guard again.
So the hit and the roll for 1. And this game is all tied at 1 after 3 ends of play. Doug Walker 1, Jamie Boutin 1. And we'll be back with the 4th end of action right after these messages.
Join CFCW's Wes Montgomery and Jackie Ray weekday mornings 5 till 9. You're giddy up in the morning. More variety, less repetition. We're keeping it country. 790 CFCW. Come in and visit Kevin's Curling Supplies, located upstairs in the Ottewell Curling Club. Kevin's knowledgeable staff are all top caliber curlers who can advise you on the products that the professionals use. Kevin's Curling Supplies, brand names that champions trust.
If you're the owner or manager of a business that is concerned with the administration of your employee benefits program, then QuickCard has the solution for you.
QuickCard, on top of being an efficient and economical supplier, is one that we're proud to be associated with.
Whether it's dental, vision care, or psychological services, QuickCard Solutions can help your business succeed. Find out why QuickCard is fast, easy, and convenient.
Back at the Ottewell Curling Club, Dave Rozak along with Jackie Ray Greening in fourth end action in Herbert's Auto Body Super League Curling from the Ottewell Club. And this time a centerline guard goes up and a blue stone goes right in behind it for Doug Walker as he sits atop the 12-foot.
Yeah, it was a great shot right from the beginning of this end. After nosing that one, Jamie Boutin asked his lead, Richard Douglas, to throw up the centerline guard, did so, and Mitch followed it up with a real good shot. Miximiuk.
Mitch Miximiuk, and there you get a look at Richard Douglas.
Sponsored by Jamie's company, Inland is the Jamie Boutin team. He'll have a different lineup a bit, I think, will he not, this weekend?
I believe Al Eliasson is going to be joining him at third. Of course, Al ordinarily plays third for Ken Hunkel, so Jamie won't be losing anything at all. But I think Al may be skipping this weekend as well, and Jamie moving down to third. We were talking about that the other night at the St. Albert Curling Club. Over on sheet number 6, Heather Nedohin.
Look at the
Cathy
rocks in
King.
play on that sheet.
On the left-hand corner of your screen, you can see them all. It's all tied at 1. That is going to change. I got a funny feeling right after this end. Look at some of the averages as we show you Doug Walker, and down at the other end, Mitch Miximiuk, and
67% right now for Mitch.
pretty good for a rookie here in the Super League, playing his first game.
Doug Walker has last rock here for the first time this game. Trying to just bring one behind the tee line. Already lying 1. Looks a little warm though.
Shot.
Just hangs on, but I think it's third shot there in the back.
I know we have a lot of viewers down in Beaumont watching their native son, Doug Walker, playing, and I know a lot of them will be out cheering for Runa Tompalski from the Beaumont Curling Club. She will be up in Westlock this weekend for the Northerns, and Cindy Cerna, another area curler from Lamont. She'll be up there as well. Some pretty tough competition for you guys.
Yes, as always. All I know is they keep getting younger. And I keep getting older.
I would think that would probably be the case, yeah.
So here is Wayne Kraszalka. Wayne Kraszalka just trying to tap that.
Kushner and Douglas giving it everything they've got. Rubs off the blue stone and settles in behind cover, but there's a good chance of a double there for Doug Walker.
Has to get to the inside of it, so it just has
Inside.
to get...
The local area rinks this weekend up in Westlock. Cathy King, Heather Nedohin, Deb Santos, all from the Ottewell. Faye White, Shannon Orsini, and Ashley Clark from the Granite. And the Crestwoods, Laurie Olson.
No.
He may be jamming this.
It's all right.
And he does.
We'll see what Jamie decides to do now. I think he should maybe...
Let's get rid of this one. Normal.
Well, he's looking at that blue as a possible kicker, and it's time to get rid of it. You have this puzzled look on your face.
Well, it's a rock that's not in play, and you're only on your seconds rocks. And he could freeze down if he's worried about that one coming into play, then just maybe freeze down to that one that's in the top 12. But he's got to think about possibly positioning himself for later in the end. But that's a conservative approach, but that's exactly, I was about to say, but if I'm Doug Walker, I just freeze right down to that, and then what does he do? He had the chance to get an upper hand on it, and he chose the defensive mode.
Okay, so one way or the other then, if Boutin decides to come down and freeze on that back blue one, rather than take it out, then Walker just comes down and sits and freezes on top of him, and freeze on top of him, and freeze on top of him.
That one we shouldn't even be playing over there right now, is sort of what I'm saying. Everything, you've got to bring the play to the middle, and I think should have thought about coming around, positioning something in front of that blue one that's in the top 12, but I think he got a break here.
It's not very good, though.
So that's all right, but that's not very good, though.
This shot here, yeah, it's not. It's a nice way.
Try and get that on the nose.
Got to nail Doug down sometime on just exactly how he feels about certain things.
It's normal.
Brent
What turn do you
Kushner.
like? Doesn't matter.
Now this is a delicate one.
It is the run back. He doesn't want to pick out his own.
As long as he stays on that side of the rock, he's all right. Does it come across? It does. Takes care of that blue one on the outside and then rolls away.
I think he opened it up a bit, though, so at least he can get at that blue one, though it's a little difficult with that yellow one sitting there. Yeah.
Like that. Board.
All right.
And again, he's got to come to the inside of it.
Yes, wants the inside roll. Doesn't want to leave the double here for Jamie Boutin.
I guess you got to be pretty happy. The folks out of St. Albert got to be pretty happy. Chris Waples coming up with a shot at the Northerns on the weekend in his home rink.
He's played there for a lot of years, and a good guy. And congratulations to Jack Winter and all the gang out in St. Albert. You and I'll be there for the big Merchants Big Spiel. And actually, they're looking for a few more entries. And that comes up the last week of January. And it is fun. You get the choice. You can play.
Hard then.
Yeah, we'll talk about it right after this shot here.
Yeah, hard. Oh, whoa.
A little bit too much to the inside.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to do that, something tells me.
But that the Merchant Spiel is what we're talking about, and that's January 28th to February the 3rd up in St. Albert. And you can call Jack Winter at 459-7007. Put a team into it. I'll tell you what, that is one heck of a fun week from what everybody's telling me. We're putting a rink in for the first time, and I'm really looking forward to it, especially our first game. It's against Greening, I think it is.
They're a huge team, hotshot team. What's his name's actually playing? We're actually playing together.
I think there should be national television coverage of that. The media championship, we'll call it up there.
Yeah. And it's kind of good because you could choose during the week if you want to play Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday and Thursday. And there's no curling Friday night because they have a really fun banquet, and then you have curl on the weekend. Just a real good spiel.
You're forgetting about the dance on Friday night too.
I said that.
With a live band.
Well, as
I want to
opposed
see
to a
JR
dead
do the
band.
two-step.
Not a problem. Blindfold.
Double or try and get that flop, one or the other.
Can you teach me?
Not bad if you sit right
I'm
there.
really bad.
That's not bad. You can roll it here or here.
That's what I like.
Okay.
Same weight, just a little more broom.
More yet?
Yep.
As Lauren Hostin makes his way down, Lauren shooting 63% right now, so he'll have to bring his game up just a notch. We have to apologize to Mitch Maximiak, because we had him at 67%. He's actually at 100%. It was Mel Karts, the second, who is at 67%. So Mitch having pretty good game as a spare right now.
And definitely in line for the Weiser's Deluxe Player of the Game sweater.
No. Clean it. Yeah. That's the way his first one should have ran. And he starts him and then.
Well, there's that one. Didn't get the inside roll that he was looking for. Might be a little bit of a tricky spot on the ice there. His first shot curled too much, and this one kind of hung out there a little bit.
I heard Doug. We'll
probably
listen to these guys here first.
Yeah, he's probably just drawing or playing that hit and roll. So, okay, well, as long as we get most of it, we'll leave ourselves in a good spot.
Yeah, I think if we hit it on the nose, he's just going to go around that guard.
It's fairly straight. I'd say there. That should give us.
So we'll try for the hit to the center line, hey?
I think so.
Yeah, right to there.
Hit and roll to there. Okay.
Doug Walker was saying to the front end that Lauren came inside and then set it back, and that's why it ran a little straighter, because his first one really curled.
More. I won't overthrow it.
So it's Jamie Boutin's turn to test that side of the sheet and go for the inside roll.
Jamie right around the 50% mark right now. Missed his chance to blank the end, last end.
Yeah.
Needs to roll to the inside, because he's absolutely right. If he doesn't roll to the inside, then what's going to happen is Doug Walker's just going to come around that center line guard.
This is Boutin. They're not laying a broom to it. Got to do some curling. He may be on his own.
Yeah, he might be jamming. That's the one that. Ooh. I think I felt he had too much ice.
All right, JR, why don't we go over to sheet number 6 here and take a look at Cathy King and Heather Nedohin. Nedohin's last rock.
Yes, Cathy King is lying one, just you'll see coming into your television screen here. So you can see Heather has one in the top 8 foot, but Cathy has one there just in the back 8 foot. Tough shot for her, not really much room to go, and comes up a little light, so a steal of 1 for Cathy King.
They are duking it out on sheet number 6. King and Nedohin.
And they've had just a pile of rocks in play every end. It's been kind of fun to keep an eye on that game.
Heather going to be a mum in June. And we say haven't had a chance to congratulate her and what's his name? The other curler in the family?
Yeah. I bet they didn't time that at all, hey, during the non-curling season.
Didn't have to work at it at all.
Doug Walker, 67%. Coming around the center line guard. He's making it by that guard by a semi.
Slide it into the rings, top 8.
Wide open.
Two ends ago was good, but we had ice where about here.
Yeah,
I was trying to pick that one. Did we have got to that spot?
Just
close,
barely.
I think we could probably play it around here with
board.
Just board.
Yeah.
Board at the most.
Yeah.
Give it every chance to, because the nose is pretty good there.
Actually, nose is really good.
Yeah.
Doug Walker's weight just perfect on that, but they're having just a little some icing problems right now. I don't know if the curlers are playing with it with the hands, or maybe if they're.
That cuts the draw off. Because he won't be able to hit it and get shot. He'll have to roll off the outside or else draw. Side is really straight until you get to the center line, so yeah. So I think you guys can hold it, so just board.
Out-turn hit for Jamie Boutin. Good call on his part. I mean, nose hit. There is no way that Walker can hit it and hope to be shot.
Close. Yep. Hurry. Hard.
They want to hit it on the nose.
Coming across that center line. Rolls in behind cover. Either way, Doug Walker's got a draw.
Yes, and the reason I did want to hit it on the nose was because then Doug Walker would have had to go a little further out with his draw. But now Doug can throw the exact same shot he threw on his first walk.
All right, let's
way too much ice.
get the old stopwatch out here. And we'll get a time on this draw.
Big shot for Doug Walker.
It
He's
is.
looking at 3 this end. So obviously Jamie Boutin's call earlier this end when he hit that one in the back 12, it was the right call because it's one of the ones that's counting. So what do I know?
There you go.
However, he did get a break that in when Lauren Hosting came up light on his draw.
Clean it.
Line's good. Line's good.
Hog to hog is about 13-5.
That should be just right then. And it is. Right to the pin. Good shot by Doug Walker.
Walker puts it on the pin, and he takes a 2-1 lead over Jamie Boutin after 4 ends of play. And we've got a good one going here in Herbert's Auto Body Super League Curling on Shaw. We'll be back with the 5th end right after this.
Looking for an easier way to pay your cable bill? Visit Shaw at www.shaw.ca, where paying your bill is just a click away.
The Nokia Brier is coming to Alberta, bringing with it the best curling action you'll see this year. Be a part of the excitement as Calgary hosts the 2002 Nokia Brier, March 9th to 17th. Call 1-866-232-2724 for ticket information. The 2002 Nokia Brier, March 9th to 17th in Calgary. Don't miss it.
They're rocking the Rockies in Calgary in just a couple of months. It's not that far away,
Yeah,
JR. You know?
looking forward to it. Speaking to my girlfriend down in Calgary, she said the organizing committee's been just working really hard on the Briar Patch and all the events surrounding it, and it's going to be fun. There's still Russ Howard could still get out of New Brunswick. Guy Hemmings could still get out of Quebec. Gerald Chimko over there in Saskatchewan. Looks like I think Greg McCauley even decided to.
No, he's playing this weekend in
he
Gander
in
now.
Gander?
Whether he can, you know, really pull off a quick one and play in both, he'd have to hire an F-18 or something like that.
But he was possibly thinking about not getting into that as well. You know, he hasn't been really impressed with that whole scenario.
Yeah.
It's been handled really poorly, and it's too bad because.
Well, you know, when you look at it, JR, the only province that really gets hurt is Manitoba.
Yes.
Most of the top Manitoba rinks have gone into the WCT Grand Slam.
Yeah,
so
and there's a
therefore
lot of Manitoba rinks, I think, that can come up. And
yeah.
So Calgary, what we're trying to say is the Calgary Nokia Brier is still going to be absolutely incredible. It's March 9th to 17th, and the number is 1-866-232-2724. And get your tickets, and it's going to be a party.
Mel Kartz at 67%.
Yeah, again, it said 100% on the television screen, but the two are mixed around with the statistics there. Mel's actually just had a little trouble with his draw weight this game.
Well, again, it continues to be basically a wide open game, and it all starts with the first stone going into the house, and then after that it's just hit, hit, hit.
Yeah, Richard Douglas, Jamie Boutin's lead, I should say Mitch Maximiuk went into the rings on the first one, and then Richard made a nice hit, and they're returning fire right now.
And Doug, I guess, a little hesitant at this point to maybe get a little bit more aggressive, maybe put up a corner guard or whatever. He said he was going to keep it simple. Well, he sure heck doing
And Jamie
that.
did too. Jamie had the opportunity there to throw the corner. It looks like each team's waiting for the other team to make the move. And for those of you that want to check out the Northern Alberta Championships for the ladies this weekend, Westlock, first draw is 8:30 Friday morning. The A qualifier comes out 10 o'clock. Draw on Saturday morning, the B 10 o'clock on Sunday morning, and the C Sunday night at 7.
And hopefully NACA will be putting up some scores on their website, will they not?
Hopefully, yes. Yeah. Mary Lynn, Vicky, if you're listening.
I know there'll be a lot of interest, especially from the Edmonton area.
Yeah, because the Crestwood is the site of the Scott Tournament of Hart Provincials, which will start January 23rd to the 27th. And actually, passes are available now if you do want to stop by the Crestwood. 3 teams from the south, 3 from the north, 2 from the Peace. We already know it's going to be Renee Sonnenberg. And I believe Karen Powell is the other representative.
That's right.
So
the corner guard is up, but because it's a Yellowstone, Doug Walker will not utilize it. He'll just go to the other side and try and continue this wide open game. I guess really what I'm saying is Boutin has a decision to make if he puts this one into the rings, right?
Yes, and this is why it's key for Lauren Hostin, because if he's behind the tee line at all, Jamie's not going to hesitate, I don't think, to go around that corner guard.
Yep.
But he's made me look stupid before, so Jamie will probably do that again.
Perfect.
Stay with us after this end. Jackie Ray will be going down to ice level to talk to the respective thirds. Brent Kushner, of course, for the Jamie Boutin rink. And Lauren Hostin tonight, playing third for Doug Walker.
And now it's the decision. See, I'm surprised. I would think you've thrown up the corner guard, so you want to make a move here. Jamie could make an option of either freezing down to that one, because it is behind the tee line, or he's got a perfect corner guard there. Go around the corner guard.
Instead, they hit. He would dearly love a roll to the inside, but he's not going to get it. It'll just stick around there, and now Walker will just go out and hit that one.
Yeah, Doug didn't mind him doing that at all. I'm sure he was a little worried when he got behind, when Lawrence slipped to the back 8-foot there, but as we said, both skips very conservative.
Would there be any percentage in coming down and just freezing on top of that for Doug Walker?
No, he doesn't have the hammer this end, so you wouldn't want to be doing that. He's got a 1-point lead. He can sit back and do this all day if he wants, if he doesn't want to force the issue. He's got the lead.
We're hoping he doesn't.
You got that right.
Real hard, real hard, real hard.
Here's the hit, the roll to the inside.
I should have swept it or not.
Yeah, no, he didn't want to be rolling there. He would have rather totally rolled out of the rings almost. I'm sure Jamie's going to freeze down to this one now, because he's got even the corner guard. Oh. See, I told you, he just makes me look stupid at every turn. Way to go, Jamie.
When you're used to playing the aggressive game that you and Deb Santos and your rink play, and admittedly, and I know Jamie will tell you this, he is a conservative kind of curler.
Wonder what he holds. Conservative, do you think? I'll check on that at the fifth end interview.
Yeah. Might be reform.
Could be. No, that's Alliance. Come on now.
Alliance, rather. Green Party? No.
And Brent Kushner.
No.
Not going to get the inside roll for sure. No. He is going to remove that blue stone.
Gets the bump. Okay, now does Walker come down and sit on top of it?
No.
Yeah, I think so, don't you?
Yeah, you don't have to be too big, I don't think. Not, his sure didn't. He was about here, but.
Yeah.
Bored, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's, again, Doug Walker doesn't have last rock, so that's why he's not going to freeze down. He would freeze down if it was totally buried behind that corner guard, but it's wide open.
Okay.
And he would like to roll away, I'm sure, from this corner guard on this shot. He doesn't want the inside roll.
Board.
67% for Doug Walker after 3 ends. Now they're onto it.
And he is going to roll away like he wanted to. A good shot by Doug Walker.
Well done for Walker. Let's take a look at a very bare house over there on sheet number 6.
Heather Nedohin is looking at 2 Cathy Kingstones. There's a biter that Cathy has about the 10 o'clock position, and she's just throwing to hit with her last one here. Trails by 1 after giving up a steal last end. Got to stay around on this shot. You can see the sweepers trail off, and another steal of 1 for Cathy King.
Just that far off for Heather Nedohin on a couple of shots now in the last 2 ends. So Cathy King takes a 3-1 lead over Heather Nedohin. And let's get back to our main game.
Should be good.
Jamie Boutin and Brent Kushner are just discussing where they wanted to roll with this shot. That's what was taking a little bit of time. They discussed, do we want to roll behind the corner guard? And they decided they don't because it's just too deep.
Try and stay on the open side. No, just house.
And his goal now this end is to blanket and hopefully go after a deuce.
So yeah, if we can flop it this way a bit, let's go for that.
Jamie had a real tough weekend up in St. Albert. Had an incredibly tough game against Rob Buckholz on Sunday, I believe it was. And then had to come off the ice and go right back on the ice and take on that Montgomery fella.
That wee little Wesley.
It was their 3rd game of the day, and Wes and his bunch just made mincemeat out of them. I think it was 9-2 was the final score. So
that mean Wes Montgomery.
Well, he is, and I have it on very good authority from you. That he's
little meanie. Doug Walker now, he's going to try for the inside roll.
The rock is moving up a little bit further in the house. Does that make a difference here?
No, it just makes a difference that it's his last rock at the end. And so he doesn't care if he's behind the tee line, because if he does get the perfect roll behind that corner guard, he's going to force Jamie Boutin to take the 1 this end.
I'm writing all this stuff down for the night when I take you on January 29th in Open St. Albert.
And the beak on the nose.
A little bit of a roll to the outside. It's wide open, and another opportunity for Boutin to blank the end.
Is that what you wanted to throw, or?
Yeah, we can go a little more ice. Yeah. Yeah, no, last time I was about house at best. So
okay.
I'll be firm here.
Well, Jamie Boutin had a chance in the 3rd end to blanket, hit it on the nose.
Trailing by 1 at this point. And we'll stay with us. Jackie Ray will be talking to the respective thirds, Lauren Hostin and Brent Kushner.
They will be riveting interviews, I might add.
I would have thought rather conservative myself.
Yeah, I'll bring that up.
Okay. Boutin, hit and roll for the blank.
And looks pretty good.
There it is. A blank end, and after 5, it is Doug Walker still leading Jamie Boutin by a score of 2-1. Stay with us. We have halftime interviews coming up right after this.
Join CFCW's Wes Montgomery and Jackie Ray weekday mornings 5 till 9. You're giddy up in the morning. More variety, less repetition. We're keeping it country. 790 CFCW. Come in and visit Kevin's Curling Supplies, located upstairs in the Ottewell Curling Club. Kevin's knowledgeable staff are all top caliber curlers who can advise you on the products that the professionals use. Kevin's Curling Supplies, brand names that champions trust. The Tire Craft stores in Edmonton, Stony Plain, Sherwood Park, and St. Albert are pleased to be a part of the Super League Curling. At Tire Craft, we look after our customers and pride ourselves in our outstanding customer service. We want them to purchase the right tires at the right price, and we want their experience with Tire Craft to be a positive one. Stop in at Tire Craft today. Check in the yellow pages for a store near you. For end-to-end coverage of the Herber's Auto Body Super League, read Sun Sports. The Edmonton Sun, now delivering air miles. Herber's Auto Body is auto body like it never happened. Why? Because we offer 5 convenient locations, free courtesy cars, on-time completion of repairs, in-house financing available to help you with your repair account or insurance deductible. Every customer at Herber's receives an evaluation survey form in the mail. Last year, over 38% of our customers responded, and the results were the same as years past. 98% complete satisfaction. That's why Herber's Auto Body is auto body like it never happened.
If you're the owner or manager of a business that is concerned with the administration of your employee benefits program, then QuickCard has the solution for you.
QuickCard, on top of being an efficient and economical supplier, is one that we're proud to be associated with.
Whether it's dental, vision care, or psychological services, QuickCard solutions can help your business succeed. Find out why QuickCard is fast, easy, and convenient.
Welcome back, Herber's Auto Body Super League. I'm Jackie Ray, along with Lauren Hostin, third for Doug Walker. You and I were just talking a little conservative, and I asked you, did you have a few more rocks in play this past weekend?
Yeah, a few. we're a bit of a peeling team, though, anyhow. But I mean, we like to have a few more than that. That's a little too conservative.
Going into this weekend, last chance spiel, which you guys really aren't used to. What kind of are you approaching anything differently?
No, it's just. Sign off the fact we didn't play that great last weekend, and tricky ice. Hopefully get on a little better ice surface and play our game, and last chance, like I say.
Funny how that works. That's, I think,
we're not used to it, but we'll be there.
I think that's why they maybe call it the last chance spiel. I'm not sure. What do you think? Yeah. All in all, how do you think the season's gone? Have you guys played a lot? Or?
No, we've only been to 3 spiels, and we qualified in 2 of them, but we're just not doing enough curling. That's one of the things that showed last weekend even, Yeah,
it does show when if you're just not out throwing, yeah.
That's right. When you need those big shots, or, the little extra half of a shot, it's not there if you're not playing lots.
Well, good luck this weekend. I know you guys, it's going to be a tough row. That's 18 teams, 3 spots. Yep. So there you go.
Yeah, well, good luck to you, too, in your playdowns.
Thank you. Well, when you're as good as us, you don't need luck.
Yeah, right.
Okay, thanks a lot, Lauren.
You bet.
Okay, we have Brent Kushner. Come on in here, Brent. I was telling the audience during the game, first time I met you is the Assayas Midsummer Spiel, which you absolutely slaughtered me, which I haven't got over.
I don't remember. Did we beat you that badly?
I can't remember either, to be perfectly honest.
That was a lot of fun.
How's been the adjustment moving to Edmonton from the Peace Country? How's that been for you?
I've been back and forth probably 3 or 4 times over the last 10 years. I remember I curled here in '89 with Gary Polis in the Super League. I curled lead with him, so I've been in Edmonton and back to High Prairie. Every 2 years seems to be that way, but I like living here, especially the curling. I enjoy it. Definitely the competition's a lot better.
Seems you and Jamie have a good rapport. You really talk about the game strategy. You guys a little on the conservative side, would you figure? Or?
Not as much as this game has been so far. I was kind of surprised a couple times, but Jamie likes to take his chances when he feels, he has a good chance, maybe on the even ends a little more. But I think you'll see in the next few ends a lot more chances by our team, like taking a few more.
Good. Well, we'll look forward to it. Yeah. Have fun.
Yes, thank you.
All right. We'll be back with 6N action. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
This program is brought to you in part by Shaw TV, a proud sponsor of Herber's Auto Buddies Super League Curling. SportsCan Summit, the corporate clothing and embroidery experts. Their showroom features the largest selection of corporate clothing and sportswear in the city, and if you can't come to them, they can come to you in one of their mobile showrooms, an industry exclusive. SportsCan Summit, if it's crested, we do it. Coca-Cola wishes the best of luck to all competitors. Always happening, always Coke. Buying or selling real estate, call the proven professional since 1974. Jerry Wilson at Home Life Guaranteed Realty, a Canadian company with international connections. Take a tour of some of our properties on our website. Call Jerry today at 468-4060.
The Ottewell Curling Club, Dave Rozak, along with Jackie Ray Greening, sixth end action between Doug Walker and Jamie Boutin, and as per usual, we have a stone sitting in the top of the 4-foot, but a corner guard is going up.
Yes, and Mitch, geez, I always Maximiak. Mitch M, I'm going to start calling him because I always go, and you think CFCW, I would know Maximiak. He threw a perfect stone, top 4-foot, and Jamie went with the corner guard, as we discussed. And interesting, his third, Brent Kushner, just said Jamie picks and chooses where he gets aggressive, and he figures sixth end, I want to get a deuce, which is probably a smart move, because if something does go wrong, you give up a steal, you still have a few more ends left to salvage it.
Mitch Maximiak curling 95%.
That's a pretty good spare, I'd say.
I guess so.
Yep.
And in line for the Weiser's Deluxe Player of the Game in a tight race with Richard Douglas, the lead for Jamie Boutin at 90%.
And a nice guard. Perfect spot.
That's not going to hurt his average any. He might be going back to the Thistle with a very nice sweater, courtesy of the Weiser's Deluxe folks. And I was just thinking it's going to be really tough to, or it has been really tough so far to come up with a Grand Marnier shot of the game. It might be the most conservative shot we've ever shown.
I may get the bottle of Grand Marnier. Is it not? Oh, no, it's a shirt.
No,
okay.
no, it's a shirt. It's a shirt.
Oh, I was going to take it.
Comes across that it out and rolls to the side. So a couple of corner guards sitting there.
Yeah, and that was actually good because that other corner guard curled a little too much. It was only covering the 12-foot side. So that one now at least gives you a little piece of the 8-foot if you can put it to use. So not a bad shot at all for Richard Douglas. And
this is Mel Karts. He'll set up another corner guard, or another center line guard rather.
Mel Karts at 70% right now.
Line's pretty good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Shot.
Another nice guard.
So when do we start looking at the shot of the millennium, the run back here?
That's when it gets a little closer to the rings.
Yeah.
If it's a little closer to the rings, then they'll go after it.
Just peel us off. Normal.
Right now, it's still early in the end. You don't want to commit yourself, because sometimes if you just miss one of those, then you're in a lot of trouble because you've left yourself up another center line guard.
So the peel is in effect. Comes across the center line, and it'll hit and roll out.
Yeah, nice shot by Wayne Krzalka.
So in case you missed it on the weekend, Randy Furby, Rob Schlender in A at the Edmonton Playdowns. Rob Buckholz and Shane Park in B, all from the Ottewell Club. Jamie King's Balmoral rink took C, along with 3 non-Super League rinks. Lyle Bakken, Kevin Gunderson, and of course Chris Waples. If there's a dark horse, I like this Lyle Bakken. I really do. He's sneaky.
It's not just sneaky. Sneaky.
Really tight on line.
Watched a couple of his games in the weekend, and he's got a great rink. Lots of rocks in play. Very aggressive.
That one very good. Okay.
I think this one curled a little too much. I think Jamie can see that and get the roll behind the corner guards.
So a big break here for Jamie Boutin. A good chance to utilize those two corner guards of his.
Wayne Kraszalka in the hack right now, shooting 83%. Would definitely love the roll behind the corner guards.
Hit! Hard! Hard! Hard, guys!
They're brushing all the way down.
Hard! Hurry up, hurry up, hard, hard, hard! Whoa,
By
whoa.
the guard.
Hits it on
And
the
the
nose.
nose hit, yeah. All right, let's take a look at sheet number 6, and in the hack is Heather Nedohin.
Yes, and she is looking at another one that she has to get out for, Cathy King. Cathy King just made a really nice tap back on her last one, so she is line 1. So what Heather Nedohin here is playing is the pick for 1.
Tina Ford calling the line.
You can see that's
It's
the one.
got to be close. There's the hit. Chips her own back, and it'll be a steal of 1 for Cathy King. As King continues to steal her way to victory, it's 4-1 now after 6 ends.
Yeah, stole 1 in the 4th, the 5th, and now the 6th end.
Real hard.
I think Tina may have been caught in between shots on that one. She wanted the chip, but as it started to move across, then she thought she'd go for the nose, and it just kind of in between there.
Yeah, it was a real tough shot. Heather Nedohin on her first rock that end, she was looking at real nice freeze, but then Cathy King came right back with a real nice shot, just tapped that one back that we saw a shot rock. And they're discussing what they were trying right now off to the side, and whatever it was, it didn't work out. The bad guy stole one on their side, so.
Put yourself in their shoes. Would you want to be playing each other just 2 days before the Northerns?
It doesn't really matter. You're just, that's what's so wonderful about the Herbers Auto Body Super League. You know you're in for a good game most every week, and you've got to bring your game up a notch when you play in this league. And they're probably definitely going to play again on the weekend, and they'll play. They've played, I think, maybe once or twice this season. They played in zones against each other. Cathy King beating Heather in the semifinal.
But which way do we want to hit it? You want to hit it here or here? Or on the nose?
I think on the nose, don't we?
And Heather Nedohin, too, without having your
Thanks, this
second,
is
Christy
better.
Moore. Heather Nedohin, without Christy's a big part of that team. She is such a great shooter, a real good setup person for the third, and nothing against Brad Husick, but just that team gelling thing.
So Walker is asking Lauren Hostin to attempt the hit and roll to the inside, but this one looks a little hot. It'll start to move pretty good once it crosses the center line.
Right on the nose, you're right on the nose.
The nose hit.
Looks a little warm.
Didn't want to push it back quite that far. Boutin will go after that one, and it will slide out of play.
Oops.
Been a couple of those tonight.
So Brent Kushner gets a chance to redeem himself here. Racked on the guard on his first one. Want to get behind those corner guards.
And the way the scoring has been going in this game, JR, a roll to the outside underneath cover, and that could very well be a Grand Marnier shot of the game.
You're right, because there hasn't been really a chance for a deuce with the last rock since, I think, the second end. Jamie Boutin had the chance to come around that one top 12 foot. And this is not going behind cover.
Are we looking at another blank end here?
Possibly. I don't know. Doug and Lauren didn't discuss. See if he does down there in the hack. See where he's going to go with
for
this.
him to get a stick it, eh? Yeah, a little roll wouldn't hurt. You're right.
There, that answered our question. Love might. skips. He does want a little roll because that takes away the corner guard totally, because if he noses it, Jamie Boutin may decide to come around it. Just wants a little roll, doesn't want to roll too far.
Mel and Mitch doing the sweeping on the nose.
Now what's Jamie going to do?
Give a listen.
I don't know.
Probably be good to stay right there, though, don't you think?
Well, no.
And then we can use...
he'll just draw or hit it.
And then we have something to go around.
Well, if we stay there, at least he can't come in.
Sure.
Ideally, well... Yeah,
I guess you could get a part of the
nose.
rings here.
This isn't bad. I think he'll hit it if we... Either there or we got to roll.
Yeah.
Right over to here. Okay? So, I think normal there.
Do you want to try the roll first? I guess we could...
Well, that's the best. If
Yeah,
we roll
get it
over
in
to
the
the other
rings.
4-foot line.
Yeah, okay.
Go. Actually, let's just play the nose.
He's not...
Nose.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't think he would go after it. I'm intrigued by that comment by Jamie Boutin. He figures if he hits it on the nose that Doug Walker would go after it.
Guards, right? So even though the nose isn't in the rings, I think he'll play it. Yeah.
So what's the reasoning behind
His
that?
reasoning, he does think that if he hits it on the nose, it's going to be
No.
what, a foot and a half out of the rings. He thinks that Doug Walker's going to hit it. I think Doug Walker will come around it.
All right.
Stay here, last here, Brent.
Your rep
Interesting.
is on the line here. You know
Yeah,
that,
well, yeah, exactly. I know I wouldn't hesitate to come around because you'd love to maybe steal one or at least force him to take one.
Hard. Hard.
Yeah, you could see him roll that one inside.
He's got to catch a piece of it. He will, and enough to take it out.
Thank goodness he didn't hit it on the nose and make me wrong again for the 12th time this game.
Okay, so does Walker come around and just sit in behind and force Jamie to the draw, right?
He doesn't even care if he's back 12 foot here, but he wants to just make sure he's buried, so he forces Boutin to take one this end.
Well, we haven't had a whole lot of games this year like this one, but it's the year 2002 and a somewhat conservative night here after a big weekend for both of these teams in their respective zone playdowns.
And I think you look at the standings we talked about earlier, both teams have 5-4 records here in the Herbers Autobody Super League. 4 losses will probably get you into the playoffs. 5 might leave you on a bubble somewhere. So it's a pretty big game in the standings here for the Super League.
Is it by?
Better go hard. Oh, he just rubbed it. Sweeping error by Lauren Hostin, the third. Should have had them on that one.
He called him off about 5 or 6 feet in front of that rock, and that's when it made its move. Here it is, right here.
Yeah,
they got back onto it.
Just rubbed.
Great camera work.
Excellent camera work. Wow. You got to make sure you're around there. There's no need to be calling it that tight. And Lauren said right away, boy, he said that thing went hard. But tough call because that was a perfect shot by his skip. That's when as a third, you just go crawl under a rug somewhere.
So Boutin with another opportunity for a blank.
Rolled his intern on the first one. Both you and I went, oh, as soon as he let it go. You could see he started it, so he wants to throw this one a little cleaner. Let's watch his intern release.
Yeah. Hurry. Hard. Hard. Hurry. Hard.
Oh, they've got to sweep this one hard. It's by the guard, but I think he's going to be on the nose. Oh, no.
It isn't. He had lots of weight on that one, which saved him. And good sweeping by his front end, and it's a blank.
Well, he got a good 3/4 and then more of that rock, but it's still, with, as you said, with the weight, it rolled out. And the blank, and after 6 ends of plays, it remains Doug Walker 2 and Jamie Boutin 1. Back with more from the Ottewell Curling Club right after these messages.
The The Tirecraft stores in Edmonton, Stony Plain, Sherwood Park, and St. Albert are pleased to be a part of the Super League Curling. At Tirecraft, we look after our customers and pride ourselves in our outstanding customer service. We want them to purchase the right tires at the right price, and we want their experience with Tirecraft to be a positive one. Stop in at Tirecraft today. Check in the yellow pages for a store near you. For end-to-end coverage of the Herbers Auto Body Super League, read Sun Sports. The Edmonton Sun, now delivering air miles. Herbers Auto Body is auto body like it never happened. Why? Because we offer 5 convenient locations, free courtesy cars, on-time completion of repairs, in-house financing available to help you with your repair account or insurance deductible. Every customer at Herbers receives an evaluation survey form in the mail. Last year, over 38% of our customers responded, and the results were the same as years past. 98% complete satisfaction. That's why Herbers Auto Body is auto body like it never happened.
Back at the Ottewell Curling Club, Dave Rozak along with Jackie Ray Greening, Herbers Auto Body Super League Curling. The only place in Alberta where you'll get curling 6 months of the year, right?
Yahoo! And golf the other 6.
There you go. Boy, I'll tell you what.
Okay, Jamie again threw up the corner guard as you see there, and the duplicate to what happened last end.
Lo and behold, there's a blue stone sitting at the top of the forefoot.
Yeah,
My
Mitch
goodness.
has just had that top forefoot weight. Fantastic. Obviously, it's why he's shooting in 95% range this game. Wonder if he wants a wig and wants to curl in Westlock this weekend.
Yeah, gotta go, gotta be tight. Okay.
I don't know about him in a skirt, though.
Yeah, he'd probably look better than us. That's all I know.
Great shot.
And a nice guard, a little tight. So this is one of those.
Do you know how much restraint it's taking here?
That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Going for the double on this one.
There you go.
And nice to see on the weekend Colin Herbers playing in the City Men's Championships, and it's a big thanks to Colin's company, Herbers Auto Body, a major sponsor of this Super League. Couldn't do it without all the sponsors you see here.
Oh, yeah.
This is the premier Super League in Canada, and we just couldn't do it without the sponsors, and especially our title sponsor being Herbers. So thanks to Colin. Sorry he didn't win his own.
Nope, but came close, went to the C final. And a tough loss in that one. Noticed he was sporting a jaunty new look with an Oilers hat.
And
over on the left-hand side of your screen, you see Tina Ford sitting in the hack. She is part of our update game where it is Cathy King stealing her way to a 4-1 lead over Heather Nedohin after 6 ends. And well, I'll tell you what, they've had a ton of rocks in play over on that sheet. I wonder if they're stealing the ones from our sheet and putting them over there.
That must be the problem. That's why we haven't had any in play. And that was a good shot by Richard Douglas, the lead for Jamie Boutin. He had to stick around with that hit. He didn't make the double, but he did at least hit, so it opens up this one in the top forefoot. And I think Jamie's going to throw house weight at it. It's in front of the tee line. It was behind the tee line. He might think about freezing, but it is in front of the tee line, so looking for that hit and roll.
House.
So they hit on the stone at the top of the forefoot. Wayne Krzelka.
No. Yep. Hard.
Left it for a long time. Now they're sweeping it.
It's close.
The roll across, and it will stick around. It will be shot, and it will be covered.
I think Doug Walker, though, can get the run back. Just has to hit his on the, just off the nose.
I understand there's a couple of openings for the men's open spiel up in Fort Saskatchewan this weekend. 998-3372 is the number to call if you don't happen to be playing in the last chance.
Not sweeping this at all. Still gets it, so that's all right, but gives Jamie Boutin the chance to get after his corner guard.
And that he will do. There's also a mixed open spiel this weekend down in Wetaskiwin. And you can call Gerald at 352-8639. I think they're looking for a few curlers in that one. And of course the mixed zones will be coming up next month too.
Oh, February.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of room. Wait for it. No, no.
Busy time of year. This is the fun time of year in curling.
Whoa, if you can. Whoa.
Between fun spiels and championships.
Yep. Yep.
It's busy. That's a great shot.
Totally buried.
Good job by Wayne
Tap it
Kruzalka.
out.
Can't see any of it.
Comes pretty hard.
Okay, well, just back ring at the most, eh? Even if we tap it straight back. Just back ring.
Okay.
Lauren Hostin, just as he mentioned, throwing back ring.
Lauren getting a taste of what it's like to play at third. I mean, he's probably used to doing a little more hitting, but he's really got to get the finesse going here. Doug Walker feels it can break big time once it gets inside the hog.
It does break in here beautifully, as we saw by that draw. Made it by the guard by quite a bit.
Yeah, and a little bit more than back ring weight.
Yeah.
More like board, and
that's the reason.
Yeah. So he pushes it even further behind cover.
So Jamie has to make a decision. He can either freeze right down on top of that one, or even top 12, or split the rings. Having a look at the scoreboard here.
No. Maybe the next shot he might.
He's decided to.
I don't mind going in there.
Look at that. Take a look at that.
That Cathy King lying 2 there. We'll be back in just a minute to see how that end finishes up.
I guess
Cathy
so.
King's already stole, what, 4th, 5th, 6th inch. That's why she's leading Heather Nedohin 4-1. She looks like she could be set to steal again. We'll check it out in just a minute.
I'm still convinced they're taking some of the rocks from our sheet and putting them over there.
Now they have decided to throw the intern here since that one curled so nicely. Brent Kushner trying to throw this one top 12-foot.
You could hear the brushers, no weight.
Well, and I thought he threw that inside. I thought he dumped that as soon as he let it go. And anytime you get some action going.
Oh, caught something big time. And actually, that probably worked out in his favor.
Yeah, he was in major danger of opening that up.
But now the question is, can Walker get to that one at the back? He seems to think he can.
Just needs to throw just back 12 because it does bend in there real nice.
No, just drawn to it. I don't know if we have to move it. It's all in line, eh?
And rather than try and push it back, he's just going to try and come up to it.
Out of room. No line. Where's the weight?
It's got a long way to go. He's made it by the guard by quite a bit.
Right off. Nothing yet. You got nothing. No, I got nothing. Not even gonna
Nada.
go behind.
Nothing.
No. Okay.
Yeah, it just didn't curl enough for him because his weight was close to what Doug Walker was calling.
2 rocks in that house, and oh boy, can I count that high? I think there's 8.
Now you see
7.
what happened. You saw the house. You saw the. Oh, Cathy King's just talking right now. She's going after that yellow, and Heather Nedohin just made a real nice shot. She ricocheted off that yellow stone that you see in the 8-foot, and then just ricocheted into that area there. That's about all she had. She had to play one of those shots, but Cathy King can see this. She'd like to probably roll away so Heather Nedohin doesn't have something to come down to with her last rock. That means Heather Nedohin would be drawing against the two blue ones that you see on the left side of your screen there. Cathy King, out turn, throwing right now.
And Brad Kuzik and Brenda Bomer and Kate Horn.
Look at this.
Giving it everything they've got. They wreck on that blue guard.
So Heather Nedohin has a chance to get a deuce, and this will get her back in the game.
Now, if she wants to get greedy, can she come off of that Yellowstone at the top of the 8 onto the 2 blue ones, knock them out, and sit for 3?
Blindfolded, not a problem. I'm
on
sure
Tuesdays
she'll
when
try.
the sun rises in the west, right?
Just drawing for her too.
Okay.
She just glad.
Here's a thought.
Yeah. Well, and she didn't even give it one thought.
They looking for a coach, no?
No, I think they're okay.
Okay.
So Heather Nedohin. Basically throwing to the pin on this last rock. It's the 7th end.
Huge draw for Heather Nedohin. She's down by 3. Looking for the deuce. Not laying a broom to it. Good news is she's got a little bit of backing, but she doesn't really want to move that yellow one too much.
Should be pretty close. That's 14 seconds. Looks like that cheat. Perfect shot. Really nice shot.
And there it is, the draw for 2. And it's now a 1-point game. Cathy King leading Heather Nedohin by a score of 4-3.
And this game here, as you can see, has been quite a turnaround. Doug Walker just missed on his licks. You can see there, Jamie's lying 2.
Or does this.
No, it's too many close together.
Yeah, I'd rather just go over here,
sure.
take our chances.
Yeah. And if he wants to draw behind there, facing 3, well.
Yeah. So we've got to be at least TA.
Yeah. He'll let them know.
I haven't thrown a draw yet this game. What do you think?
It's pretty slick.
Yeah.
14.
Okay.
Check with Wayne, but I think it's round.
Okay.
Brent Kushner, his 3rd, made a nice hit and stick, even rolled a little bit on the inside on that one where Lauren Hostin had come for the draw. Remember on the tap back when we left you.
What do you guys think for Wayne? Throwing a draw.
Jamie, you know, good point from Jamie. He really hasn't thrown a draw yet in this game.
Yeah.
When you look back at it.
Well, we're better deep than high.
Yes, better to be T-line or back, because he doesn't want to give Doug Walker the chance to hit and roll.
A little more even, Brent. No, this way. Yeah. Make sure we get way over there.
Wants to split the house. Doesn't want to give Doug Walker anything to shoot at. That would allow him a double or maybe even a triple.
Figure needs about a 14 to the side. They better go hard now. 13-7 is the time on this, so he should be real close. Again, wants to be right at the tee line.
Kushner gets in there to help out. Tee it is.
Now let's see what Doug Walker decides to do. He's in a little trouble.
Play this.
Or you can play a big weight and try and get the flop over to here.
The hit and roll behind that bluestone is there.
Don't want to be giving him 4. It's just that you throw a little more weight there and around it, then it's straightened up like that one of mine.
Yeah, but as long as we touch this,
if we make contact, yes, we're going to be behind cover.
But you're worried about leaving it right in the hole?
No, I'm not worried about leaving it in the hole. I'm
leave it in the hole.
If anything, it takes off on you. That's all. Leave it in the hole. Like, what kind of way do you think of playing? Like back ring?
Yeah, I think so, don't we?
Yeah. Well, I think that's what you got to play.
Throw that a little bit more, they won't come.
No, they don't. Your call. You can play big weight and hit this and roll to here.
Yeah.
You hit 3/4, you'll roll.
7th end, yeah.
Roll to here. That's. I don't know. to be about back 8-foot weight for that. Okay. It's a little less than what I had you on your first one.
This intern here has been giving them a little trouble this end. They've either just missed it on the wide side or rubbed on the guard.
Mm-hmm. It's an old cliche, but it really is weight sensitive on that side, isn't it?
Oh,
roll the shooter over behind the blue one, eh? If we hit it on the nose, we're fine, but we got to bump them out, eh? Just back green. Where was I that time? Tee line. Okay. Okay.
78% for Doug Walker after 5 ends. We're here in the 7th end right now. He leads by 1 over Jamie Boutin.
Big shot here.
Facing a possible 4. He's by the guard, but does he have the weight to get at least one of those stones out?
Wants to tap it
and then
back.
He's got to get the roll, but he will leave it in the hole and actually really doesn't help himself much except that...
well, he helped. Is he second shot?
He cuts down... Well, I don't think so.
It's too risky to go for it.
Yeah. I think he's third.
I think you're right.
You betcha.
First and second shot for Jamie Boutin, and you can see here they were just all over it. He had the line he was looking for, just needed a little more weight. But he knew he couldn't overthrow it because it just ran really straight in there, as we saw with Lauren Hostin's first one.
So not quite enough weight to lose that back yellow one. And now an open draw for Mr. Boutin for the 3.
And that will give him a 4-2 lead heading into the 8th end. We've only seen singles scored this end, so this is an event.
Aha! This is a possible Grand Marnier shot of the game.
An open draw for 3? Wow. Is that all I got to do? Again, wants the tee line to get his 3.
He's got his own rock down there to use as backing if he needs it, but I don't think he's going to.
There, nice shot.
Just slide right to the back of the 8-foot. Oh, actually right on the tee.
Yep.
Great shot for Jamie Boutin. He picks up 3. And it will be a 4-2 lead for Jamie over Doug Walker. And let's go to trivia.
Trivia time.
Tough question last week.
What was it?
Really tough question. When was the last time an NACA team won the Canadian Mixed Curling Championship?
Oh my goodness, that is a good one.
And
how about 1990?
89.
Oh, is it really?
We'll see. I'm guessing, but you were right. Some guy named Worth.
Yeah, Marv Worth and Glenna
remember
Rubin and Millard Evans and Robin Pettit.
I think that was when Millard had that afro, wasn't it?
I think you could be right.
All right, take a look at this week's question. No winner, by the way, from last week. How many times has Alberta won the National Mixed Championship? And if you know the answer to that one, give us a call, 437-9209. That's the CFCW hotline, 437-9209. Or you can enter your answer at www.eteamswithaz.com/supercurling.
All
That's
right.
a good question.
That is a good one. Let me think. Well, obviously we know one for sure. Marv Worth.
Les Rogers.
Did
won. They're talking
yeah,
won.
did they win?
Ooh, okay.
I know that we won it in No, did we?
I'm going to look back
Oh,
here.
you're cheating. You're looking back on the Ottewell honor wall. That's cheating.
There's got to be a few of them back there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of just one besides Marv Worth.
Oh, I think so.
I know
Okay, Kevin Cooey. No, we're talking Alberta now, right?
Yeah, it was Alberta.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Cooey won with Lonnie Goodfellow, right?
That's right.
Because Lonnie Goodfellow playing for Cathy King.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's 2. That's good.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
This hurts. A hog from Mr. Mitch Maximiuk. That's going to hurt his 95% average somewhat.
Well, it's the first time he hasn't had to throw one to the top 4 foot. He suddenly he was going, what?
We're calling him 4-foot Mitch, and before you know
That's
it.
right. So the complexion of this game changes totally after that 3 last time for Jamie Boutin.
Now Douglas will come down and crawl in behind that center line guard.
Douglas having a great game as well, 91%.
Ooh. Now that one cut big time, almost looked like it picked.
It did right after the hog line there.
So while we have nothing sitting in the house here, take a look over on the left side of your screen, folks.
4-3 after Heather Nedohin picks up that 2 last end. That's the 8th end, and that's, I think one end there wasn't too many rocks in play. It's been like that the whole game.
I think we got a couple of blue ones sitting there around the 4 foot, belonging to Cathy King.
Line's good.
Mentioning the Northern Championships this weekend in Westlock, got to put in a plug for my buddy Peter out of the Rose City Curling Club in Camrose. They are going to be the site of the Northern Alberta Men's Championships next weekend. They start January 18th, and that is 32 teams in the men's Northerns. And he said they are going to have bleachers out on the ice.
Oh, excellent.
So there's going to be upstairs viewing, the downstairs viewing, but you'll also have the bleachers out on the ice to be able to see as well. And there's day passes available, game passes, weekend passes. And they are available now if you just want to call or stop by the Rose City Curling Club in Camrose.
I'd like to see more of that. You know, bleachers on the ice. I think it just gives the game a whole new atmosphere.
And obviously, when you look at a St. Albert situation, pretty tough to do that out there because you needed all 6 sheets to go. But when you get down to the Northerns, it's a little easier. More sheets out in Camrose, too.
So again, the draw to the inside, but they're going to settle for the bump instead.
That's a nice shot.
And that doesn't hurt him too much.
No, not at all. Keeps the rock on the center line, gets one into the rings, and Doug, even though he wants to go on to the offensive, he can't really leave that there. Like
Got
to
the
hit
one
this,
corner guard out there, but
yeah, we kind of missed it when he hogged the other one. Would like to hit this just off the nose and make the double, and then he'd at least leave his rock out there, and hopefully he could do something with that. Doug Walker dearly loving to get a deuce this end to tie the game up.
close.
No, he's
jams on that one. And
more importantly, though, he loses his shooter, which he didn't want to lose. That was Mel Karts having a 75% game right now. Wayne Krzyzalka in the hack right now, 88%. He's peeling the corner guard. Figures got his 3 last end, and he's played the whole game conservative, and it's working for him. So you say, what the heck? You know what you're doing. You call your game. Not a great shot, hits it on the nose. However, the one good thing is it is yours right now. So if you do have to run it back later on, at least it's the right color.
And he is stealing, so anything out front, it really isn't going to bother him too much. It isn't going to hurt him too much.
You don't like the corner freeze on him?
Sure.
The way they're staggered, though, is it an opportunity for Walker to come in behind?
Right now, there's nothing. He's in a little trouble just because of that one that's sitting top 12 foot. That's why that was such a great tap back, that it was in front of the tee line, because that's blocking his access to come around those guards. So that's why Mel Karts here with his last rock in the 8th end is they're trying to just throw a corner freeze on it so they can get something going, or at least get rid of that yellow one somehow. Because that's going to it's causing him some problems right now.
It moves big time right about now, and there it is.
That's all right. Well swept.
Just rubs a little.
That's still a good shot. You can do some things with that rock.
Seems there's a spot right on the Herber's Auto Body Super League logo where it really seems to
really go.
Cut. Yep, big time.
Tough call here for Jamie. Does he leave that one there? It's a tough one to hit.
Hey, you do that?
No, either guard it or go around, I think.
Yeah, this is only 8 foot though. It's not even 8 foot. Any guard we throw, they're just coming in.
You want to go around it then? I don't like hitting it.
Well, they're just playing this next.
Maybe corner freeze down on that.
Might just do it for him if you hit it, I think. I'd rather go around, but you got the last call there.
Okay, right here.
Tough call. That's why that was such a good shot by Mel Karts, because there's so many things they can do with it. The run back, the tap back, and Jamie's got to get his third now. Brent Kushner to.
Well, if they come in behind and assuming that they're reasonably well covered, even if they go for the tap back, that really doesn't hurt Jamie Boutin too much.
Well, what they'll do probably, though, is do the run back to like second shot behind the corner. But boy, he had the right weight, but he was inside. Or that one just really curled. One of the two.
Okay.
I don't see what else.
When you think about it, didn't turn out too bad.
Nope. So Walker wants to come around. I guess there wouldn't be any point in bumping, raising that blue one of his.
No, the double bump. Yeah, as he said, I can't see anything else.
Yeah. Well, he was tight right away.
We'll keep a real close eye on this rock because it does cut once it gets inside the hog line, and we'll get a time for you on it. Lauren Hostin.
That's to get into the top 4 foot here. Doesn't want to be behind the tee line because Jamie Boutin just follow him down.
Way out there. There's no curl at all.
Take it way back.
That's way short.
Not even close to the stick.
His weight was pretty close. Just the line wasn't there for him.
I think Doug Walker would make a great curling color person. He's got a comment for every rock on every situation.
What kind of weight do you want?
Normal, I
What do
guess.
you like, normal or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Normal? Okay.
Brent Kushner, he could come up with a big shot here, put some real big pressure on Doug Walker. If he can get the inside roll, this would be huge. Still looking for our Grand Marnier shot of the game.
And here's a distinct possibility right here. There's the hit, there's the roll.
That's a really nice shot. Look at that.
There's a possibility right there for the Grand Marnier shot of the game. Totally covered.
Now let's hear Doug and Lauren. Yeah, it's yours, Doug. Take it away.
I don't know. Nothing to run back.
Not really, unless we run that one yellow one back, but our
Try and
shooter's
pull
going to
it.
stay right there, but we might be able to pull them both, right?
Yeah. Well, if we get one or open it up, he's got to guard it, right?
I think so. I think that's
Okay.
our shot. This one, hey?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Got to play the intern at it.
Yeah. Just off the nose on this side, right?
Yep, yep.
Okay.
Bingo, bango, bongo?
Yeah, it's a relatively simple shot. Okay, maybe not. Running back that yellow one, right to the 2 yellow ones you see directly behind it. Now this could be the Grand Marnier shot of the game, because this will get his skip out of a real pickle.
No question. I was going to ask you what fantasy world you were living in. Relatively simple shot.
Okay, that was maybe just a little sarcastic. Look at this.
Bingo, bango, bongo time for
not
Lauren
curling
Austin.
enough.
It rolls across and it will be out.
And guard time, I suggest.
Okay, let's go over to our update game, and Cathy King.
She's drawing for 3 here. She has last rock. She already leads 4-3. Heather Nedohin was just in a pile of trouble this whole end, and you'll be able to see coming into your screen right now 2 of Cathy stones already in the 4-foot. Does the raise, picks up a field goal. Nice shot. And that score now is 7-3 for Cathy King.
Okay.
Heather's had some real difficult shots that whole game. Cathy stole 1 in 4, 5, and 6 on her. And Heather hasn't had very many easy shots. Looking at team percentages.
Well, yeah, anything across the center line is good, but
Cathy King's team average is 84%.
Yeah, it should get across there, but
versus
it's a matter of
78%.
when. We need to get it across there before it gets to our yellow one. Of course, we're not throwing it that deep. I wonder if I should tighten it up. Looks like a lot. Let's tighten it up a hair there, Brent.
Just trying to plug the hole up. Wants to take away the double there because it leaves that open at all. Doug Walker could be lying 2 instead of Jamie Boutin.
So he's just replacing that rock that was taken out earlier.
Yes, yeah. Would probably like to leave it a little longer so that Doug can't make any kind of run back. So you don't want this to be too tight either. Like it about to be about halfway.
Well, it's hanging out there big time.
He was worried about the ice. Maybe get on it to tighten up, come off that other one.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good.
That's a good shot.
Yeah, the overlap is there, and there's no chance, no hope of running back now.
And what it also does is take away that double run back.
Yep. Ain't got much as it is.
You can run both those guards off.
Yeah, and then what? Then he's going to guard it, eh? He might even hit that blue one.
He might even hit the blue one.
Which just opens up more of the button, but up to you.
Please. I don't know. Probably open it up, don't you think?
Yeah.
We could throw this, so pretty close. We could come pretty close to it. Oh, he's got this with the last one. You got this one across the face, eh?
Yeah.
Can you hit that one? No, I can't do nothing with him.
I think a little off the nose and they're all gone. This one's going to spin over to here.
I'm just seeing if you can hit this one back there, but you can't even do that, eh?
Nope.
I guess, eh?
It's a really good shot by Jamie Boutin because it took off any angle to get anything in the
No,
house.
I don't either. Well, you can throw the draw to the button. You'll be drawing on your next one if you don't, if he guards it.
Let's throw it.
Okay.
I think we got it.
All right.
Well, Doug's thrown a couple of draws in this game and been pretty accurate with them. I think if you go back to, I believe it was the 6th end, when he forced Jamie.
Right when it just rubbed the guard, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I had to cut in there. Piece of the button. Any piece.
Going it after it now. Wants to get a feel for his draw weight, get a feel for the line because he
An
figured
inch from the button.
he'd have to be doing this in his last rock. Anyway.
This is for the turkey.
Line's good.
Hard. Line's good. Line's good.
Clean. Down the room yet.
Line's good.
Down the room.
I think they need to
Down the room yet.
kind of back off a little bit on it.
Oh, I think he's got his draw weight. What do you think?
T-line lid, yeah, that'll do.
I was looking for it to curl a little more for him because his weight absolutely perfect.
He's got the double, eh? Probably
Oh, he's only
just
got
to-
one.
Probably better just to take it off.
only got one shot.
I'm just thinking if we can leave it anywhere close to the nose, you can't get a point, right?
Yeah, that would be the best. That'd be ideal if he'd come back right
Yeah.
onto it and tap it back even to here.
Well, what do you think?
Well, we're up 2, hit it out.
Let's see. I could throw a...
It'd actually be better off if he gets his 1.
Yeah.
He's
it's
safer.
not the
Hit
end of the
and
world.
even if you roll here, let him draw again.
See, we had board for here and I crashed, but I ended up with about half, right? You think about house?
Yeah, even if you hit half.
About house there?
I don't know. That looks like a lot, doesn't it? Or is it?
Well, my other one came up pretty hard.
I'm thinking boards at the most
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
Well, you know the ice more than
I'd
I've
sure
been
like
watching.
to sit there, though.
Okay. Throw hacks then.
Yeah. Just don't know how my rock's going to react compared to his. Let's go here with
Hacks?
Hack there.
And we'll try and leave it right there.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it all right there. He would initially was just going to pick it out of there, but then started to think, boy, if I can just come down and hit that on the nose, he doesn't have a shot.
Sit right there.
Does he have a chance at a double?
Yeah.
No.
Looks
No?
like a lot, though. Doesn't it?
And doesn't.
Yeah, well.
And it's not
Is
bad
that-
either if he hits that bluestone on the
I think that's
inside
too
and rolls
much
a little
ice.
bit in.
Oh, then Doug Walker doesn't have anything.
Yeah. Let's tighten it up. Yeah, I'll play board. Okay.
I'm glad he did that. That was looking like a lot of ice to me. Just because Doug Walker didn't have much more ice on his draw, and Doug thought he'd get a lot more finish on his draw, and he didn't. But you get a little closer to that center line, and it does go.
Whoa! Whoa! No! Ready? Yeah! Whoa! Yeah! Yeah! Hard! Whoa!
Rushing it all the way. Now they'll get off of it. There's the no, actually a little roll to the outside.
That's a good shot.
And sitting 3.
Doug Walker just going to throw the same rock he just threw.
And he'll settle for 1 on the open draw. It's not an easy one either.
No.
He's got to get a piece of that button in order to count.
73% what Doug is shooting. Jamie Boutin at 71. So they're basically even as we watch the replay of Jamie's shot. Looking at 3, already trails by 2 in end 8.
Gotta go. Gotta go. Take a look.
Real hard.
Real hard.
Hard line.
Hard line.
Real hard line.
Real hard line. Line's good.
Hard line and hard
Line's
weight.
good. Short. Hard. Short. Hard. Hard.
I think he's short.
I think he pulled the string, and I think
Steal of
that's 3. And it is now a 7-2 ball game here between Doug Walker and Jamie Boutin, with Boutin leading Walker. And they are going to shake hands, and we'll be back with more from the Ottewell Curling Club right after this.
This program is brought to you in part by Shaw TV, a proud sponsor of Herber's Auto Body Super League Curling. SportsCan Summit, the corporate clothing and embroidery experts. Their showroom features the largest selection of corporate clothing and sportswear in the city, and if you can't come to them, they can come to you in one of their mobile showrooms and industry exclusive. SportsCan Summit, if it's crested, we do it. Coca-Cola wishes the best of luck to all competitors. Always happening, always Coke. Buying or selling real estate, call the proven professional since 1974. Jerry Wilson at Home Life Guaranteed Realty, a Canadian company with international connections. Take a tour of some of our properties on our website. Call Jerry today at 468-4060.
If you're the owner or manager of a business that is concerned with the administration of your employee benefits program, then QuickCard has the solution for you.
QuickCard, on top of being an efficient and economical supplier, is one that we're proud to be associated with.
Whether it's dental, vision care, or psychological services, QuickCard Solutions can help your business succeed. Find out why QuickCard is fast, easy, and convenient.
Okay, as we mentioned, that was a final. They did shake hands after Doug Walker gave up that steal of 3. 7-2 is the final score for Jamie Boutin over Doug Walker. So that improves Jamie's record to 6-4, and Walker drops to 5-5. Now we're back to our backup game, our update game, which is Heather Nedohin and Cathy King. Heather Nedohin right now lying. She was going to lie 3, and you could see she came right through the middle there. She was trying to get the hit and roll off that one on the top forefoot. Tina Ford, her third. Or, that's habit of Tina Ford. Married now, right? Can't make those kind of boo-boos. Okay, now we're have Lonnie McDonald. She's got to draw into that pile. Cathy King leading 7-3 here in the 9th end, after getting 3 in end number 8 to take a commanding lead. So the big shot here, made it by the guard pretty good.
When the end is over, just march right into the next end.
Heather Nedohin shooting 80% right now. Her third, Tina Ford in the hack, also at 80. Got something set up and going this end. She does need to get a 3 this end to get herself back in the game. Rona McGregor, Brad Kusick on the front end. Oh, a nice shot by Atina.
Sorry, Heather.
Down to skip rocks now here. And Cathy King in a little bit of trouble with those 4 Yellowstones. I'm sure she's thinking, I got to weld one right in there, and that's exactly what she's throwing here. Even though she does have shot rock, doesn't mean much when the opposition is lying 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That would be in the I hate when that happens department. Cathy at 79%. Actually, her whole team a real solid game. Team average of 84%. She's got a lot of weight. She's going to roll into the open. And ouch. Heather Nedohin going to get a chance to remove that stone that's in the forefoot. Okay, Heather Nedohin heading down the ice. Really got something going this end. And as we were having a peek over at this game, Been lots of rocks in play, and as I mentioned, Heather Nedohin having some real difficult shots. You can see in the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th end, Cathy King stole. Big shot here. She just doesn't want to sit there. I think she does want to get a little inside roll. Oh. Well, I think she's lying 5, but she didn't want to roll that far because Cathy gives her the chance to just freeze right on down there. Just wanted to roll to take away that freeze. Lying 4 or 5. So a big shot here for Cathy King. She can't be heavy at all. If she is, she'll rub off and go into the open.
After the last rock here,
this is good. Just freeze right to it. Same shot.
Cathy King, little heavy on her first rock. Trying to freeze. Gets another chance at it here. Same shot. And a big shot too. Made it by the guard by quite a bit. Looks like a really nice shot. Come on, Lonnie, get out of our way. Oh yeah, look at that. Don't know if she shot rock, but it doesn't matter. It's welded in there pretty good. See how Heather is going to get rid of it. And I think that's... I don't think she has enough room to get around. She may have to run back that one blue stone to try to pick it out of there.
Because here, we just squeaked by. Right? Because it runs so straight on this side. No, that's a possibility.
Tina's mentioned to her, said, what if we throw a weight at this one on the side? What it might do is shoot the blue one up. She'd have to throw a big weight, but one thing Heather can do is throw accurate big weight. With so many rocks in play all this game, every end, both teams down around the 9 minutes, just comfortable to get the 10th end done.
Jackie, quick bit of information. If they shake hands,
I'm
throw
thinking
it
the
to
blue
a break,
one.
we'll say Dave will be back with our post-game interviews from our feature game after this. If they continue, then still throw it to a break. If they continue, throw it right down to Dave.
Yep.
So if they shake hands,
So we get 2.
once again, if they shake hands, throw it straight down to Dave. If they continue, throw it down to Dave either way. I don't care. Just go straight to Dave. I'm getting confused, so just go straight to Dave.
Didn't like the one off the side, so now they've gone back to running that blue one straight back. And what she's got to do is just hit it off the nose. She's just trying to split both blue ones out of there and then see what happens out of it. Taking her time on this one due to the fact that if she misses it, probably the game's over, because a steal of 1 would put Cathy King up by a score of 8-3. Heather Nedohin down the ice. They've decided on the ice, decided on where she has to hit it. talking to her lead, Rona McGregor. That's Brad Cusick on the left. Brad fills in every week for Christy Moore, who works, lives up in Grand Prairie, so can't make it down to play in the Herbers Auto Body Super League. Here it is. Let's give a listen. Well, it's a really good shot. I think she comes away with 3 that end. So a great shot by Heather Nedohin. That game now 7-6. It's a close one. We're now going down to ice level to Dave Rozak.
Well, Curling Club, and with me is Richard Douglas. And I'll tell you what, you are a guy who drives 350 clicks each way to come down here and play in this league.
That's right. That's right.
And then to come up with an 88% average tonight, that's not bad curling, Rick.
Well, I'd like to think it's good, but I could do better.
Well, I'll tell you what, you had a great night tonight and a great victory for Jamie and your squad. And for that, the Weisers Deluxe Player of the Game sweater. And you can hopefully wear this in good health, sir. All right, good. Congratulations and a great game. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Richard Douglas, our Weisers Deluxe Player of the Game. And let's bring in Brent Kushner here. And Brent, we were talking earlier in the evening about we were having a real tough time coming up with a Grand Marnier shot of the game in a game where there was a whole lot of draws and a whole lot of hits. But in the 8th end, I think things that turned it around for your squad with that hit and roll. Talk about that as the Grand Marnier shot of the game.
Well, it was all set up for basically hit 3/4 of a rock, and Jamie iced it the way he's been icing it. Good all pretty much all game, and I threw it as well as I could. It just happened to roll in there, and yeah, once it got rolled behind cover, it is pretty tough to get out. Tricky
part of the ice too, right where that was as well.
A couple of times there, I threw draws, and they curled right across the whole sheet of the ice. So I wasn't sure if I threw them badly or. So it was very tricky.
Well, the Grand Marnier shot of the game, you certainly didn't throw that one badly, and for that you will get yourself a beautiful Grand Marnier sweater. Congratulations, wear it in good health.
All right, thank you.
All right, Brent Kushner, thank you very much. And let's bring in Doug Walker here. Doug, a tough match. I tell you what, it was very, very conservative out there. And I know you're kind of a conservative kind of guy, but hey, that was a little crazy.
Yeah, well, we got the 1 point ahead, so I thought we'd throw him on top of the forefoot and let him go gambling.
Well, you promised us it would be simple. You kept it simple, and there was no question about that. You think that maybe helps you a little bit going to the last chance?
I hope so. We tried to keep everybody's confidence up and stuff. We got in a little trouble there with a couple draws, but I think it'll do good.
Well, I'll tell you what, you've got a tough field coming up this weekend. There are some very big names in it, so it's going to be a very interesting weekend for you, I'm sure.
I'm sure it will be.
All right, wish you very good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Doug Walker, and let's bring in Jamie Boutin with that big 3. Boy, I'll tell you what, that really turned things around for you.
Yeah, it changed the game a lot. Then they had to go for it, and they were doing a pretty good job of playing defense because their lead was bang on, getting that rock in the top 4 every end, and it keeps you chasing. So.
Well, I know you like to pick and choose your spots where you want to get aggressive or where you want to stay conservative, and it was a pretty conservative game though throughout most of the evening, wasn't it?
For the first half, coming off the weekend, we were really disappointed with the way things went there. So I just wanted to try and keep in the game for the first little bit, but we weren't behind by a bunch or anything, so I usually like to wait till later in the game and take my chances in the even ends and try and get in a situation where we've got the hammer coming home tied at least, or maybe up.
Well, a great win, and it's got to be a bit of a confidence booster for yourself personally going into the last chance, right?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt for sure.
All right, good luck on the weekend. Really appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
All right, Jamie Boutin, and we'll be back with more action from the Ottewell Curling Club right after this.
Shaw TV, a proud sponsor of Herbers Auto Body Super League Curling. Sportscan Summit, the corporate clothing and embroidery experts. Their showroom features the largest selection of corporate clothing and sportswear in the city, and if you can't come to them, they can come to you in one of their mobile showrooms and industry exclusive. Sportscan Summit, if it's crested, we do it. Herbers Auto Body is auto body like it never happened. Why? Because we offer 5 convenient locations, free courtesy cars, on-time completion of repairs, in-house financing available to help you with your repair account or insurance deductible. Every customer at Herbers receives an evaluation survey form in the mail. Last year, over 38% of our customers responded, and the results were the same as years past. 98% complete satisfaction. That's why Herber's Auto Body is auto body like it never happened.
If you're the owner or manager of a business that is concerned with the administration of your employee benefits program, then QuickCard has the solution for you.
QuickCard, on top of being an efficient and economical supplier, is one that we're proud to be associated with.
Whether it's dental, vision care, or psychological services, QuickCard Solutions can help your business succeed. Find out why QuickCard is fast, easy, and convenient.
The Nokia Brier is coming to Alberta, bringing with it the best curling action you'll see this year. Be a part of the excitement as Calgary hosts the 2002 Nokia Brier, March 9th to 17th. Call 1-866-232-2724 for ticket information. The 2002 Nokia Brier, March 9th to 17th in Calgary. Don't miss it.
The battle over on sheet number 6 continues after that big 3 from Heather Nedohin.
Oh, that was a great shot by Heather. That was the only thing she had, really, and after she had rolled a little too far on her first one, so it gave Cathy King the chance to make a nice freeze in there. Cathy couldn't really make it any better than she did, and Heather just came back with a great rock.
And even an acknowledgement of a great shot from a longtime rival. Cathy raised her hand in salute. Just a terrific shot from Heather Nedohin, no question about it.
And now this end, interesting things happening here. Cathy King is lying shot rock in the top 8, but Heather has one frozen right on top of it. And Heather, trailing by 1, has to steal one this end, hope to take it into an extra end.
And the peel from Brenda Bomer.
And she'll just keep putting that up,
sure, yeah.
And putting it up, and then probably with her last one, she'll run the hit on that one, and have Cathy looking at 2 with her last one.
And we get our first look, really, of the year. I think first look ever at a Tina Ford.
And she really, obviously being just having a baby about a month or so ago, she hasn't had a chance to get out too much this year.
Mm-hmm.
So Heather actually going into the Northerns with Christy Moore, hasn't played with her probably since the Regina Spiel, which was at the end of November. And you have Tina, which they haven't played together yet because it was Carmen that was there with them playing in zones. But one thing, Heather Nedohin is a great shooter no matter who she has playing for.
Well, Brent McDonald warming up for the...
oh, dear. Lonnie McDonald. Oops. It does, yeah, maiden name, you know. I can be forgiven. They're still almost newlyweds, right?
Okay, well, her brother-in-law, Brent, came up with the big win tonight, so a good evening for him as he prepares for the last chance, defeating Kevin Park rather easily, big time.
Well,
and
Kevin Park not here. He's in Gander, Newfoundland for that Grand Slam event.
Doug Wong and Rylan Brusky still going at it in the 10th end. They are 1 point apart.
Hard! Hard! Right up! Hard! Come on,
And Kevin McGregor is leading Dave Stewart by a couple as they play the 9th.
And a nice shot by Tina. Gets one in there, the top 8 foot.
We'll play it tight to hit on the nose.
Cathy in a little bit of trouble this end for putting pressure on Heather Nedohin for the first 6 ends. Tables have turned.
If you've just joined us, this is our update game. Cathy King took an early 4-1 lead on 3 steals of 1 in the 4th, 5th, and 6th, and gave up a couple in the 7th.
That's our final game, our feature game there. It's already final. 8 ends. Jamie Boutin defeated Doug Walker 7-2.
So you hate to waste a rock, but that's essentially what they had to do to get rid of that.
I had to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Cathy initially looked at going after that, but Lonnie said, well, we just better peel away.
And then, so she has to double us up, and then if we need to, we can.
Heather called a timeout. The clock's not running.
We can't just tap this one straight back like that.
This is an interesting situation for these two, you know, communicating, trying to see what each other is thinking and that sort of thing, being probably one of the very first games that they played together.
Yes, and it probably is. You're right.
Tina Ford. Or is it a Tina Johnston?
Yeah, you know, I was wondering the same thing. I'm not sure. I called her Tina Ford, and then I went, oops, and I'm not sure if she did change her name. You know, these dang women, they just, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Where's that guy Wade?
Yeah.
Where is he? Got to check it with him. What does he think?
Oh, and Heather just took a spill. She did it very gracefully, mind you.
I gave her a 6.5.
I think, well, it was... Oh, you don't have a replay. Oh, that's no good. We could have done that over and over again. Who was the poor guy before Christmas who fell and we replayed it quite a few times?
Right.
Remember that? He probably hasn't lived that one down yet.
Okay.
Now, Tina did play a bit in the Super League for Heather back in the early part of her pregnancy, more in the October, but...
Of course, she wasn't on TV, though. I don't think she was a TV game at that time. So, Tina Ford, Tina, what's her name?
Yeah, Tina Ford Johnson.
Standing in the house, holding the broom for Heather Nedohin.
Not sure what they decided on here. They initially, instead of the center line guard, thought they'd make the move on that one in the top 8 foot.
Rona McGregor, along with Brad Cusick. And I'll tell you what, this proves this is going to make things interesting. Cathy needs a piece of that 4 foot, but they can go after the double, as you say, right? Triple.
There is, yeah. That's a shot where Kevin Martin's eyes would light up. Rolled a little more than Heather wanted it to. Wanted to hit a little more on the nose, curled a little more.
So as we look at it, if she's going for the double, is she going right to left or left to right as we look at it on the screen?
Yeah, she wants to hit the right-hand side of it on the screen. Must be curling pretty good there.
If she comes off it at the right angle, she can actually take those 2 other yellow ones out by hitting right into the middle of them, correct?
Yeah, but
But that's a lot of weight. You need a ton of weight.
You need a ton of weight. Yeah. What she wants to do is make sure she gets rid of the one that's in the top 8 foot.
Okay.
She's not too worried about that rock that's more off the center line side. The big key is to get the double here.
Cathy now talking things over with her front end, Kate Horn and Brenda Bomer.
And this is a key shot here for Cathy King. This is how good she makes this one will have a lot of bearing on how easy her last shot of the game is. Only leads by 1 after giving up that 3-ender in N9 after a great shot by Heather Nedohin.
All right, here it is. The hit for the double from Cathy King. There's 1, there's 2, and the 3rd yellow will stick around at the side of the 8 foot. And so the hit.
Yeah, Heather's just going to hit this one and say to Cathy, okay, decide what you want to do. She may have to hit and roll in.
I haven't decided what was more interesting, watching that shot or watching you stretch.
Yeah, you have to. Well, I'm curling right after this game. I have to get the old body warmed up.
Distracting as all get out.
Heather Nedohin would like to hit this one on the nose because then it puts a little pressure on Cathy that she might have to get the inside roll if she wants to hit with her last rock of the game. first one curled more than she wanted it to.
Sweeping this one all the way. The hit, a little bit of a roll to the inside, and
I think Cathy can nose this and be shot, and that's why Heather didn't want to get the inside roll. Was it because it makes Cathy's last shot a little easier? And Cathy didn't hesitate at all, just plopped the broom down and knows what she has to do. Cannot roll too far to the side. She doesn't have too much room for error here. Of course, she hits and rolls out. This game will be going an extra end.
We have an interesting matchup coming up for you next week on Herber's Auto Body Super League Curling. It should be quite a match on sheet number 5. Ken Hunka against Les Rogers.
And Ken will be fresh back from the Canadian Mixed Championships.
He will be so. Can you count as high as the number of years curling that those two guys have been in the business for?
Veterans.
Can you count that
Can't roll
high?
it all. Kate Horn keeping it clean. Cathy King is yelling down at the other end of the ice, and the reason she's yelling is for that reason. It rolls too far, so it's an extra end.
It is a steal of 1 for Heather Nedohin. It's all tied at 7, and we are going to an extra, and we'll be back with that end right after these messages.
Looking for an easier way to pay your cable bill? Visit Shaw at www.shaw.ca, where paying your bill is just a click away.
Back at the Ottewell Curling Club, extra end action in our update game between Cathy King and Heather Nedohin with that steal of 1 in the 10th. It's all tied at 7.
And we're on to second rocks right now,
already,
Dave.
yeah.
And Heather Nedohin's got Cathy King in trouble again. You'll have a look here on your camera. There's 1, there's 2, and they have 1 right on the button. So a big comeback for Heather Nedohin.
So how big was that 3 for Heather in the 9th? I mean, that just turned things around, not only from a score point of view, but it really seemed to give Heather and the rest of her crew a big boost of confidence.
Heather doesn't make that one in the 9th end. They're shaking hands.
Yeah.
They're not even playing back. And just that's what's great about this sport. It can just turn on a dime. Momentum is such a huge thing. Once Cathy got that 3 and 8, you thought it was all over. But before you knew it, right back in her. There it is, 7-7, tie game.
And King still with the hammer. And rather than try and get rid of any of those stones out front, JR, she's just attempting a draw down to the face of that rock sitting at the back of the button.
Yeah, not so much a draw down to it. She wants to tap it back because it just was made so good by Kate Horn. And just rubs it. It was made just so good by Kate Horn. You can see there, a great camera angle. That rock is sitting on the button, and she had to go after it, and they did. But Brenda Bomer just misses it.
You couldn't have placed that any more perfectly on the button. So Brad Cusick stepping into the hack.
Just throwing the guard here.
Things are looking very interesting for Heather Nedohin.
And as a team like Cathy King, I think every team's been in this position where you just let a lead slip away and you have a chance to get back into it. And you know, momentum is such a weird thing in sports, isn't it?
And in this game, it can just switch 3, 4, 5, even 10 times every end.
think there might be a double peel here for Cathy King. She's got Brenda Bomer in the hack. Brenda can't throw weight.
This will get her out of a bit of a jam. So she'll go with the in-turn hit from Brenda Bomer. A lot of the curlers hanging around now and getting ready for the second draw of action here in Herbert's Auto Body Super League. Want to come down and join us some night at 6 o'clock every night, every Wednesday night rather, here at the Ottewell, and second draw around 9 or so.
And Brenda must have been a little inside. They called right away. They were looking for the double peel. Only gets one of them, and the troubles continue for Cathy King here in the extra end.
Here's an interesting situation. Ryland Brusky edging Doug Wong, but they blanked the last end. How do you work that?
Oh, they didn't. Maybe they didn't throw their last rock. So Tina just trying to guard that beautiful stone that's sitting right on the button that Rona McGregor laid in there earlier this end.
Maybe a little deeper than she wanted, but she's got an offset on it, so.
Yeah, not sure if the run back is there for that one on the button. If Cathy can go after it, she will.
Tough to tell on that camera angle, but it looks like they offset each other, don't they? Doesn't it?
A little bit on the inside with peel. Try and roll everything.
Yeah, she's hoping to hit it on the inside too. Even too, if she can get a real good roll on her the shooter, because even if you can leave yourself maybe some kind of angle raise, she does have the blue stones on either one. So if worst comes to worst, and she has to throw an angle raise on her last one, desperation shot, she does have that.
Lonnie McDonald. The double peel if she can get it. There's one, there's two, and she sticks around.
Yeah, that's it. It leaves the shoot around. The one good thing, though, is that it is hers, but it's rolled a little bit right behind that yellow one.
So that takes away, it almost takes away the run back, really. I mean, it's a double run back now.
Yes, yeah, on that long
angle,
one, yeah. I don't think she could have hit any more on the inside. She didn't make it by that guard just off center by too much, so that was a good guard by Tina.
So another guard coming up.
They want a long guard. You don't want to get anything too tight, just for the fact that it's easier to do the run back. Looks like nice weight here for Tina. Yeah, that's a nice shot. All Cathy can do is keep trying to peel here and get a chance at some point of that one on the button. Lonnie hits about half with peel weight. She could drive it onto that blue one, which could drive it onto the one in the ring. She has to hit about a quarter of this rock. So she could come up big for her skip here. Get some action on that shooter she just threw.
Oh, just across the face of that blue stone.
Yeah, needed to hit a little more of it. The bad thing, too, is that they needed that one on the side that she just peeled away, because that was one of the ones she was, I'm sure, looking at to possibly use as an angle raise. So that wasn't great that happened.
And Heather Nedohin makes her way down to the hack and sets up for another guard. It's funny how we always end up with these two rinks in a TV game, whether it's the update game or whether it's the main game, and it always ends up being just a heck of a curling match right from the word go.
Yeah, this has been a fun game. We're keeping an eye on it because they just really went after each other the full game. There's just a pile of rocks in play.
A lot of people ask, is there a real rivalry between these two teams? And you would.
I think there is with a lot of the competitive teams. It's but this one is definitely just because Heather playing with Cathy before.
Heather puts up the long.
Did she leave a hole?
Ooh.
Not much of one. I think Cathy'd have to throw a straight handle, maybe.
Well,
got to try for it though.
Can she throw the out turn and come around that? That long guard.
I think there's a hole there.
Mm-hmm.
It's tight. And she's got that biter in the back, so she doesn't have to stick around. So Heather Nedohin, that one, couple of feet more weight, and she would have been fine. Would have plugged the hole up. Still a tough shot here for Cathy King.
King goes into her traditional pre-shot routine. They hit to get out of a whole lot of trouble here.
Look at this. No.
And they rub on the guard.
I don't think that shot was possible because I don't think she got by that first one by very much, did she?
No.
The one on the right. So with we're behind, we're a sheet over, so we just don't quite have the angles. That's why we thought maybe there's a bigger hole than there was.
So you've got Heather's got the right side of the sheet pretty much covered. She's got to try and take away that tap.
Yes. All Cathy's going to have, you see that blue stone just on the left side of the screen, just behind Brenda Bomer there. That may be the only shot Cathy will have, is the angle off that one just near the boards.
Studying the ice. You're playing on this sheet in just a few moments, you know.
I've learned nothing. All I know is I'm trying to stretch.
And folks, it was a treat, let me tell you. The guard is up.
That's a good shot by Heather Nedohin. Takes away the raise, plus takes away any hole there might have been there. So that's a perfect spot.
Yeah, you can't hurt it.
So probably the double, the angle there. That's a lot of ice. What kind of weight is she throwing? She's got to catch the inside of that, hit the right side of the rock. You got to hit about a quarter of it.
You think even that much?
Yeah, you're right.
What she's looking at is that yellow
onto the blue,
onto the yellow, stick, and go home with a win.
Yeah, that's she must not be throwing too much weight. It does not look like a lot of ice to you to have to hit it on the far right-hand side of the rock.
Uh-huh.
But as we say, we haven't been watching this sheet, so maybe I better watch this. If the ice is curling that much, I better be intelligent.
You'll really impress your skip, you know. Now it all comes down to this. There is one yellow stone sitting on the pin. It belongs to Heather Nedohin. The last shot of the game belongs to this young lady, Cathy King. Now they're sweeping it. Now they're off it. Back onto it. It's close. It is coming across. She gets a piece of that.
Look at this.
It's down. Onto the blue one, onto the yellow one, and the game is over.
She knew what ice to give. I'm going to pay attention to that sheet of ice there now. I'm going to be intelligent. What a shot by Cathy King.
That could be the Grand Marnier shot of the year from Cathy King. And here's the replay. Once again, she caught a quarter of that rock, pushed the blue one onto the yellow one that was sitting behind all kinds of cover, pushes it back, sticks around on the pin, and there it is.
Yep, there you go. Yikes.
Great shot from Cathy King. Great victory. Just a great game all around. And that's been another great night of curling here on Herbert's Auto Body Super
Have a good
League.
evening. I'm going to curl now.
Why don't you go and do that? I'll say good night to the folks on behalf of everyone here at Shaw. Thank you very much for watching, everyone.